he was an actor, and that's what he came out from Minnesota to act.
Right.
And
He's got a real job now? He's not just mooching off you, is he?
Oh, he never has mooched off me.
All right, good.
Anyway.
To mooch refers to literally begging small things from other people, typically cigarettes or money from friends, or also maybe a place to stay, or maybe to borrow somebody's car, where somebody is on a fairly constant basis asking for small favors without returning the favor in any form. And then the people that do that, they become known as mooches. So you could say that someone is a mooch, or somebody mooches off their parents, or someone likes to mooch cigarettes or mooch money. People like this can also be termed as freeloaders and also as sponges. The idea of a freeloader is that somebody feels that there's a resource, so they can just put themselves on top of the resource and let the resource carry them along for free. Got a new neighbor a few weeks ago, moved in next door, and he's turned into a real mooch. He asked to borrow my lawnmower. Then he asked to borrow my car because his car was in the repair shop. And then I'm expecting him any day to come over and ask to borrow some money. I think he's a real mooch. Back in the olden days, when children would graduate from college, oftentimes their parents would literally boot them out of the house in order to make their way into the world. And they said that if they stayed too long in the house, that they would turn into mooches. But nowadays, things seem to have gotten more difficult, and a lot of young adults are continuing to live with their parents. And so many are doing this that they're no longer considered to be freeloaders or mooches. They're just trying to make their way in the world the best way that they can. I used to smoke cigarettes, and then when I quit cigarettes, I found myself mooching cigarettes off of people. And I got humiliated a couple of times where people said, "Why don't you just go buy your own pack of cigarettes?" So that was enough to get me to quit cigarettes for good. Just the humiliation of being a mooch.
Hold on, Lee.
I'm a producer.
Lee, I'm going to talk to you straight. It's Gary, because I just want to get a straight answer. I'm not throwing you under the bus.
Oh, you're not?
No, I'm not. I'm going to ask you a straight question.
And all you do is look at that telephone screen all morning and run in and out of that fucking bullpen like a moron, throwing people under the bus.
To throw under the bus means to sacrifice someone, typically for the sake of an organization or for the sake of a powerful leader. There's an old expression, you're either on the bus or you're under the bus, or on the bus or off the bus. And that means that when you join an organization or follow a leader of some type, that you're kind of expected to follow a protocol of some type, where you kind of give up your life in a way because you don't want to bring negativity on the organization. Now, at the same time, this is turned into a way to protect the organization or to protect the leader by scapegoating someone in the organization who may have been acting under orders, but then the organization says that they acted on their own or they were rogue. And then in this way, the organization is able to divorce themselves of the negative person or the negative presence and not have to take responsibility that they caused the thing to happen themselves. Very famous example of this is in the Watergate investigation, where one of the primary instigators of the cover-up was President Nixon himself. But he had people that were underneath him in the organization take the rap, so to speak, which was designed to satisfy the prosecutors who were not satisfied, and which in the end resulted in President Nixon resigning the presidency. Throw somebody under the bus can also just be on a one-to-one human level about things that aren't necessarily so important either. As example, maybe one friend started becoming successful and the other friend wasn't successful. So now with his new group of friends, he doesn't want to be associated with his old friend anymore. So in a sense, he threw his old friend under the bus in order to impress these new people. I went to a bar the other day with my friend John, and we were talking to these real cute girls. And then John mentions that I have a girlfriend. And I go, John, thanks for throwing me under the bus. You didn't have to say that in front of them. A few months ago at work, I told one of my coworkers, very foolishly, that I'd been in jail. And next thing you know, my boss starts talking about it. So the coworker, he just threw me under the bus and pretty much ruined my chances with the company.
That's all for today. Tom Taylor is an ESL tutor. He teaches English in the United States and outside, all over the world using Skype. He can be reached at his website, which is
ESL-fullsteamahead.com.
Click on this link and check out his website and email with questions. Thank you, Tom, and I'll talk to you next time.
Thank you.